Hello and welcome everybody. This is Yanaman bringing you another Fleet Ops audio commentary. Today I have a Boggz versus Mort on Duel II v1v1. And starting off, we have Boggz here as the Red Federation. And down here, his opponent for this evening, Mort as the Green Borg. Now, both of these players, this is a non-tournament match, even though there is a fall tournament going on. This is just a sort of a random game, if you will. So Boggz is going with a fairly standard engineering right off the bat, followed by a storage dock. He will probably, very probably, be going Intrepids, as Intrepid are really good against Borg. They just really are. Down here we're going to see that the Borg going into the conduction matrix, very standard. This is the Opti-Borg, and not much exciting here for the next 2 minutes, but we're going to see Mort very likely pump out a energy nose level 1. It's going to pump out probably a couple scoops, couple probes, get this early game going. However, what Mort is doing is he's starting off with dilithium, and the majority of the Borg strategies start off with tritanium, as that ends up being your bottleneck into your sphere at some point in time. Maybe he's got something in mind. Maybe he's got something else in mind. Who knows? So in the meantime, Boggz is, getting along really well, putting up his Antares yard, and just pumping out maxing out his dilithium right off the bat. And we will see the chassis level 1 right on its way, very expected, and his second storage dock coming up. Both players staying very well away from the guns of the starbase, and the Borg here also staying outside of transporter range, because this guy has no shields and can be easily boarded, and 80 crew is not that much. Anyways, you can see this as is a Reisner, and as such we will not be seeing any of the Mason turrets on the board. Mort is very aware of this expansion heading constructor ship. So let's go take a look at the Borg, see what the Borg's spitting out. Probes, yep, followed by his expansion resource assimilators. We do see a collective uplink up, and expecting perhaps a scoop any second now. He's probably running along the lines of a 8, 9. Maybe he's going into a Dode? Don't know. Oddly enough, this collective uplink is not being set up. Expect here either a second Antares yard for Boggz or a platform. As just waiting for this guy to... Oh, and he is setting up the second yard, so he's looking to double Intrepid yard this sucker, and he'll have a easily defended expansion. So Boggz making a very strong move right out the gate. Very good, easy play here. Easy play, I mean a very good play to make. In the meantime, probes out, chasing off a Boggz scout. Still haven't seen this uplink put on anything, so what are we looking at here, folks? Are we looking at an early sphere? That would be quite interesting. We'll see a second probe out here. The Borg could do that. So really kind of curious to see what Mort's going to do here. Boggz, in the meantime, not double producing yet, but setting up his central storage dock, his mining rate station. As you see, these moons are right next to each other. This allows players with this sort of technology to put a single moon, a mining colony up it can service both of these moons, and with a total of both moons will be maxed out at 3 miners. And interestingly enough, we're seeing monsoons now. Monsoons are really good against some of the shield race. It has a proximity torpedo that can pretty much just snipe. If you get 5 of them, it's a great sniping class. Even as it is a short-range class of ship. So I'm a little bit surprised at the monsoons. They do counter long-ranged because of their high-density shield generators. Oh, and we see Dodes. So that's what we're looking at monsoons for. The 2 Dodes here, one on top of each other. Mort being a tricky little punk. If you're not paying attention, if you don't notice the sort of the odd little bit of discrepancy here, you might think that's only 1 Dode, but he's actually got 2 going on there, so just a little bit of psychological trickery going. So pair probes up, giving stuff a little bit of fun. In the meantime, waiting for this first Dode to pop out. And that'll happen very shortly. We'll be very interested to see, is this a... Okay, this is probably a regen intercept module. So a fairly nice, decent build here. And the Dodie is actually, because of ADAI, you'll notice that this ADI is less effective against support ships. So the Dodes counter this ADAI and will take these down really quickly. So that's what Boggz is doing with monsoons. So it's a little bit on top of the game. So props to Boggz for that with his counter with the monsoons. These probes should do a decent against the monsoons as they are weak against short range, I believe. No, actually, they are the high density makes them slightly weak against these short ranged. So these probes will do decent against these monsoons. So nice little counter going on here. So 2 Dodies up on the way, both of them regen intercept modules. Boggz scouting out this area, making sure that, well, at least he knows what's happening over here. Back down here, we're taking a look, see what's coming up here. So Mort's got an interesting placement for his collective uplinks. Granted, they're within decent range of his starbase, but still, nonetheless, a very on the top of it. Player could come over here and snipe this uplink, and that would give some free kills. So a scout cube going out, getting a little bit of extra Borg power onto the board. As we have seen no major battles from either of these folks yet. And it looks like these folks are just going to slowly gather up their forces, kind of play a feigning set of strategy here. You can see that this monsoon seems to take almost no damage from these intercept these Dodies, as its high density shield generators just negates all of that damage quite well. But these probes coming in and putting a lot of pressure, putting the pressure on that you're seeing, and these guys not wanting to really not wanting to engage. So it looks like Boggz has been chased off a little bit. And Mort's going to come in here and probably just try to get a free kill. He doesn't need a lot. He just needs to get a kill. And this would be a nice little victory for him. He just needs to kind of waltz on through. Manages... Oh, so these are actually a double... Well, no, that's still a regen intercept module. Just need to get the kill off on that, but they're going to get chased off. So these Dodies not wanting to really engage these monsoons. Probes turn right back around, giving it back to him. Dodi's actually not able to pour out the damage they need on the ship, so a little bit of counter table